Hello kids, so today I am going to teach you English literature of class 7, chapter 1, 2 thieves. This is a folk tale, a very interesting story. The story goes like this. There are two thieves. Okay, I will say thief 1 and thief 2. Okay. So there are two thieves and it is a story of Cairo. The two thieves are in love with the same girl. Now, what happens is that the girl gives a condition. She gives a condition that whosoever proves to be very smart, clever and intelligent, she will marry that person. So that it is a sort of game played by the two thieves for a girl to marry that girl. So that was the condition. What was the condition? The condition was that the girl said that I will marry to that person that proves himself to be smart, clever and intelligent. So, the story goes like this. The first thief, what does he do? He assists. Okay, the first thief assists one merchant. Now, what does a merchant do? He is a businessman or a trader. So, what does he do? He purchases some cattle. And after purchasing the cattle or after purchasing something, what do we normally do? We pay money, isn't it? So, this merchant purchased cattle and it was the time for him to pay money. Now, he had to pay money for those cattle he had purchased. So, what he does, when the time comes for him to pay the money, what happens? The thief number 1, I can say, he exchanges. Okay, the merchant was carrying a money in his cloak like this. Okay, inside his cloth, he was carrying the money or wearing the robe, a sort of robe like this, and the money was inside the cloth. Okay, inside his dress. So somehow the first person, what he does, he exchanges that money with what? With orange. So when the time comes for the merchant to pay money, at that time what happens? When he takes out the money, instead of money, what was there? There was orange in his purse. So the merchant was very much surprised to see that orange in his purse. So in that case, what happens? The first person, he somewhat tells to the merchant that maybe by mistake, okay, maybe it was a mistake of your wife that she gave the oranges instead of the money. So next day, what happens? Next day when the merchant comes back to give the money, at that time the thief said that actually he goes, oh, hello, you got the money. Hello, you're back now. So he goes and hugs that merchant. So in the meantime, when he hugs that merchant, in the meantime, what does he do? He exchanges in a very fast, in a swift way, he exchanges that money and that orange back. So you got the money back. After that, what does he do? He tells the thief says all the story about why and how it happened and who did that. So he said to the merchant that actually I was playing a trick on you because there is a condition that if I am proved to be smart, the girl that to whom I love will marry me. So the merchant also said, yeah, it's okay. He was also happy after knowing everything. So he forgave that first person, that first thief also. Now, all this story was being related to the second thief or the second person. Now, the second person said that, oh, that is nothing. That story is nothing. Actually, I can prove myself more clever than you. I am clever, I am most clever. I am very, very clever. I can prove that cleverness to you. So the next person says that, second person says that, tomorrow you come early in the morning to the police station. To the police station. There you will come to know my cleverness. Saying this, they all goes to their own way. They goes to their home. They go to their home. So next day what happens? The very day, the second thief, what does he do is that he goes to a cafe. He goes to a cafe. There he sits with some people. Okay, he sits with some people to take coffee, tea, okay, whatever. So there he meets one merchant, another merchant. So that person, the second thief, talks with the merchant and says that I am new to this place. I have come today only and I do not know where to go. I do not know this place very well. I do not know where to go, where to stay at night. So this thief says to that new merchant, okay, they are talking and he says to that merchant. Now what the merchant says that, oh, why are you getting worried about it? You don't have to worry. I have a very big house. You can come along with me. You can stay with me tonight and then in the morning you can go. The thief says, okay, thank you so much. Okay, and then the thief goes along with the merchant to his house. So after reaching the house, what happens? They take dinner or whatever and then they go to bed. Now the merchant and that second thief, okay, the second thief and the merchant, they sleep in the same room. They sleep in the same room. Now when the merchant is fast asleep, okay, he is fast asleep, he starts to snore, okay, when he starts to snore, at that time the thief gets up, okay, he gets up and he opens the locker, okay, and inside the locker he counts all the money, how many money was there, how much money was there, he counts all the money that was inside the locker. And then what happens? He keeps as it is. And then he writes in one paper a promissory note. Okay. So what was written in the one paper? It was written that this merchant has to pay this much amount of money to the thief. Okay. Did you understand? What was written in the paper? The thief, after counting the money, he counts the money. And after counting the money, what does he do? He writes one note in a paper. Okay, writes a note in a paper like this. And what was written in the note? It was written in the note that this much of money, this amount of money has to be given to the thief. By whom? By this merchant. That means what? The merchant has to pay this certain amount of money to the thief. Now he takes that paper and keeps with him and then he again sleeps. Okay. In the morning when he gets up, so whatever happened here, what the counting of the money, writing of the note, have to meet the government official. So will you please give me fine clothes to wear, new clothes to wear, and will you please give me one horse also so that I can go easily? The merchant, yeah, he feels pity on him, and then he gives the cloth also, and he gives one of his horses. So the thief puts the new clothes and takes the horse of the merchant, and he goes to the police station. Okay, so there in the police station, he shows the paper that was written by the thief himself. Okay, he shows the paper to the policeman, okay, in the police station, and then he says that, sir, I owe this much of money. I owe this much of money. I want this much of money from merchant. Merchant has to pay this much of money from his locker, he says. Okay. Now, when he shows the paper, the thief calls the police calls the merchant to the police station. The merchant was shocked to see that man, and when he sees the paper that, oh, I don't know, I have this much of money. I have never counted. So all the people goes and counts the money over there. Yes, exactly the same amount of money was there in the money box. Okay. At that time, the police says that the police tells to the merchant to give all the money to that person, to the thief. The thief takes all the money. And what the thief says that, now I think you will again say that this horse also belongs to you. And you will even say the dress that I am wearing also belongs to you. The merchant was speechless. He could not say anything. And on top of that, he was not understanding what was happening there. Okay? And then the thief tells to the police station, this man is not good. Okay? He is a robber. He took everything from me. And please take him to the locker. Please keep him inside the locking up. Okay? Then what happens? The police will locks the merchant in the locker. Now he is put behind the bar. He is in the jail now. Now what happens? The thief meets the second thief. This was all the thing done by the second thief. Now this second thief goes and meets the first thief and tells all the story. And along with the girl, there is girl also now. He tells the story to this thief along with the girl. So here he says that, how smart. Now whom do you think there was the smarter? The thief number 1 or thief number 2? I guess thief number 2 was much smarter than thief number 1. So the girl was really happy to find whatever happened. Okay, she came to know that this thief number 2 was more smart than thief number 1. So she decided to marry thief number 2. To make you understand, okay, she decided to marry thief number 2. But what did they do with the money, and what did they do with the horse and the dress? So the thief, okay, he went back to the merchant and gave all the money, horse and all the dress to him, and said that actually this was all the trick done by me. Actually, I didn't mean to hurt you. Only because of the condition that was kept by the girl, I did all this trick to prove myself smart, clever and intelligent, so which I did. So everything, now the merchant was happy now, and whatever the money was given back to the merchant, he gave little bit of money to the second thief and the girl that he married. So they went from there. Now who married? Who married? First thief or the second thief? The second thief married the girl, because according to the girl, the second thief was more smarter, more intelligent, okay, than the first thief. So this is the story. This all story is only because of the condition that was given by the girl to marry the person that is more smart, clever and intelligent. So this is the story all about. So please, I want you to read this story thoroughly. I want you to read the story carefully and try to understand what is written in the book. And the word meanings are given there in the book in page number 10. Try to understand the word meaning. Try to learn this word meaning. And you can, if if you understand the chapter, you can do this MCQ. Okay, multiple choice question. You can do this. Say who said this words to whom. This you can do. Fill in the blanks also you can try to do. And yes, this read the following text and answer the questions that follow. Match the words. So these are some of the exercises that you can try to do at home. And when you come back, I will again explain this chapter to you in the class more thoroughly and more easily. Thank you.